Welcome back to Let's Play Kingdom Hearts 2. This is part 11. Last time, we finished the Hercules Colosseum world and discovered that Queen Minnie needs our help. So we're gonna go and do that. Wait, was there no GUMMI ship level? Awesome!
This is your castle. Must be nice to be home, huh?
If you've played the first game, you've seen this room in cutscenes.
You know,
I
just don't feel
think
quite right.
I'm gonna go with yes, or at least part of it. This is where Chip and Dale hang out. Oh, there they are. I can never remember which one's Chip and Dale. Is Dale the one with the red nose, I think?
The castle's in danger! Hurry to the library!
So the library, not the library, there's this other room with some big glowy circle in it, and it's got thorns all over it, and they need our help. And the bad guy most often associated with thorns is Maleficent, so I'm just going to go ahead and guess here that Maleficent has something to do with this. This is a great place to level up your forms, because I'm pretty sure, like, in this beginning sequence, maybe not in this courtyard here, but in the hallway right next to it, you know, the area right after this, like, just shadows spawn almost indefinitely. I do think they stop after a while, but it takes a while. And, you know what, I haven't swapped my Keyblade yet from last part. I'm probably going to do that right after this fight. So let's go ahead and do that. But, unfortunately, you don't have Wisdom form at this point. But, oh, I've been playing Dream Drop Distance, and the attack button is the interact button, which honestly kind of sucks. I like hitting the triangle button because you can't accidentally swing and then move away from what you're trying to do. I miss that. I'm really sad they got rid of it. Oh, and I already forgot that I was going to swap my Keyblade, so let's... there we go. So less magic, but more strength. I'm fine with that. Nothing yet. Got some abilities. I already talked about that one. Oh, nope. That's very useful, but yeah, I'm not gonna do it yet. That is useful though, especially later on when they just get the crap beaten out of them. Okay, so Thunder is now here. So Blizzard, you're gonna go to be Triangle. I'm sorry. Triangle, you're Thunder. Because, you know, it comes from the sky, so I hit the button closest to the top. Let me see, the square button should be Blizzard. That's typically what I think, like, firing something is, and 0 is like a... Okay, it's like a block. So fire. I think that'll work. I think that's my typical configuration. I always end up with the same configuration, even if I don't even try to do it, for that very reason. So these are Minute Bombs, I think that's their name. You see they have that little number above their head. You can use dodge roll, which I think it actually, like, makes them blow up, but you run out of the way. So it really just speeds up their inevitable detonation and ensures your safety. Sorry about that. This is what fire's for. Just the guys all around you. Ah. Can't grab onto the ledges of these bushes, unfortunately, and that's where I have to go in the end. So, you know what? I think. Whoa. Okay. I think fire blows them up automatically. Let me. Okay, it activates the timer then. So you can use that timer to hurt other enemies. You can definitely do that. Yeah, that just activates the timer. Whoa. So, if you are in any way familiar with my channel, I don't have many videos. I think I have more Kingdom Hearts videos than the rest of my videos combined at this point. I love programming. It's a great hobby. I took it in high school, just one semester, and ever since then I've been trying to make games and just programs to help me out. I'm a huge math nerd, so little things like completing the square I hate doing it, but it's not hard. I just hate doing it, so I made a program to do it for me. I love programming. I like the logic. I like creating something. I like bossing it around. I think most of all, I'm kind of a boss. I'm not kind of bossy, and bossing a computer around is very satisfying. But I've also made video games. I like making video games. Oh my gosh. You see, I was talking and I was happy about what I was talking about, and I wasn't paying attention to the fighting. That wasn't good. Okay. I don't think I'll cut that out. I've been debating whether to cut out death scenes. I'm not going to cut that out. We'll keep it in. Anyway, back. So I enjoy programming, and I have a series of 4 or 5 videos, sort of they're more like documenting the growth of a video game I made called Swordplay. If you haven't played it, play it. I think I have a download for it. If it's like expired, I think I did it on a MediaFire, so it might have, you know, just sort of gone away over time. Yeah, I'll fix that if you want. It's like an arcade style. It's kind of like, you know, I've never played Zelda. I mean, whoa, oh my gosh, I've never played Zelda. I know of Zelda and the story, and I know of most of the games, you know, Majora's Mask and Ocarina of Time. It just never, like, hit me. I mean, like, the game style looks really cool, but I don't really care for the controls of the 3D ones. Like, I can never get behind the... You can't turn left and right, you just hit a button to sort of recenter the camera. That just sort of... I don't know, I just don't want to deal with that. But I've never played it, and I actually... Swordplay is almost like The Legend of Zelda. To an extent. I mean, it's not like it's a story-based game. Swordplay is an arcade, like horde mode or firefight. If you play Halo, firefight mode kind of game. I put you in a square, a rectangle arena. Enemies come out, and you have a sword, and you attack them. And you know the sword works like it does in at least the 2D Zelda games, like Link to the Past, where it just, you know, it swings in front of you and you hit enemies and blah 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 stuff happens. Is it very in-depth? Not compared to most games, but I do love it. It has a lot of modern characteristics of games. So while there are like 3 or 4 game modes, all of which are very similar, but completely force you to change the way you play the game, which is how I think games should be. You know, one of the reasons why I like game programming is there are a lot of games that I play, but there's always like 1 or 2 things that just drive me nuts. You know, I don't like it, and I wish I could change it. And you know what? When you program games, you can do that. You can change the game. If you don't like how this works, you think you jump too high, change it. You think you jump, you know, like you fall too fast, you don't like the fall damage, you want the fall damage to occur at a later time or have less damage, you can change that. You know, you can make it as fun as you want. Now, so that's why I enjoy playing making video games. And I did that stuff in, see, this is where you level up your forms. You just attack. See, actually, look at that, levels it up. So, and also, especially here for Valor form, you get, you know, 1 per hit. There's like 8 enemies all around you. You hit like 4 at once, and you just get experience points like crazy. Okay, now back to my channel, because I'm self-indulgent and like to plug my own stuff. So Swordplay has a lot of mechanics from modern games. I tried to make it as customizable as possible. If you don't like how you turn, you can change that. I have 2 turn modes, like one like Pokemon where you hit the left, if you're facing up for instance, and you hit the left button, you turn left and you don't move left, and then if you're facing left and hit left again, you will then move to the left. I have that. Or I have another mode where you turn and move at the same time. So if you want it, you can just hit left and you turn left and walk 1 space to the left as well. You know, by default I put it the one where you look first because you don't always want to move when you face a different direction. But I gave you the option. You know, I want to give people the option to do things in the game to their play style. You can then turn, you know, certain music on and off and all the, you know, classic stuff. But you know, this horde mode, I have like difficulty levels in terms of like how much damage they deal, you deal to them. I think, again, it's been like 4 years or 3 years since I've actually worked on Swordplay. But, you know, and you can change the number of enemies that appear at most from between 5 to 15. And I had this thing where mutants show up where they have different AI. Like the regular AIs, they get more aggressive and faster the more enemies you kill. But a mutant, it's already fast and it will just charge at you. You know, you can't run away from it. It will head like straight at you at all costs. Which means, and they take like several hits to kill, which you know can prove a challenge. But I also put achievements. You know, like achievements are so-so for me. I typically, I enjoy getting achievements because I enjoy seeing like I'm a completionist. I have to complete everything 100%, which is one of the reasons why I kind of like Pokemon, because it takes forever to do that. But you can't. But I don't have a hard time stopping in the middle. Like, great, I still have all this to do. It's like, okay, you catch Pokemon. It's like what you do to play the game. So my achievements are. There are the few classic ones, like kill so many enemies without dying, kill so many enemies without hit, kill 2 enemies with only 1 swing of the sword. I have stuff like that, but that's like 10% of the achievements. It's not much. I don't have any achievement for beating the game because there is no beating the game. You just sort of, you do well in one mode, you unlock another one. I think you start with this normal mode where enemies die in 1 hit, you have 10 health, they're power-ups, and I have like 4 or 5 power-ups. I don't want to be like a super commercial for my game. There are videos, check it out. But I have like a survival mode where you have 1 health and no power-ups, so you kill as many people as you can without taking a single hit. Which, again, it makes you play differently, but it's the same game. I have one where it's like classic, like the first version of the game. It recreates and removes all the interesting things that I've added later to give you a more difficult and basic experience. I do have a lot of achievements.
Where's the king?
Like there is like a explanation for how like the mutant enemy shows up. Like you kill an enemy, it'll respawn. You kill that same like respawned enemy 5 times, you get a mutant, and there's an achievement to have 15 mutants on the screen at one time. That's hard, I mean, I made sure that all these achievements worked, that I did it.
Do you know where he is?
I tried to give them goofy names. And, it even makes a little bloop bloop noise when you get it. A little green text shows up in the top left corner. I tried to bring, like, old games together, new games together, make a fun little goofy game. It's an arcade game you pick up and play. There's a leveling system. It kind of, like, at the end of every game, it calculates experience and how you level up based on, how well you did, your accuracy. If you quit, you get almost nothing. But if you, actually die, you do better, and it has all these different things. I designed like the animation for getting experience kind of off like the Halo Reach. When you beat a game, you get like the credits rolling up. It's sort of like that. Check it out, play it. If you have anything you want to say about it, let me know, because I'm currently in development of another game. I've been really busy this last week and a half doing, like, working on this game. I build games from scratch. I don't use RPG makers or just video game makers at all. I start with, like, I'm using Java. Swordplay is a C++ game, but, I wanted to do Java because it's more cross-platform, and I wanted to do that. And, I'll ignore that for now. So I've been relearning Java as well as trying to make a new game out of it, and so far it's turning out pretty freaking cool. So I know I've been ignoring Kingdom Hearts here. So Queen Minnie says like, oh hey, we gotta get to where the problem is, and we're like, okay, follow me. And Donald and Goofy are off saving the rest of the people in the castle. And you can so Minnie can use this faith thing right here. It can sort of wipe people out away from them. That will be very helpful in the next room. Let's call her. Oh, probably shouldn't have called it over that early. Just light you guys on fire. Get rid of you. Light. And then you just call her over. It's kind of like a few that whoa. You don't hurt the queen. No, don't! Oh! I called her over to the bomb. Oh my gosh. Okay, so this isn't terribly difficult. It's just okay. These are bolt powers or volt power. I think they're bolt powers. There we go. So she does do a little damage, but nothing crazy. They're like Donald and Goofy, except less helpful. Okay, so let's call her over. Keep going. Well, they're gone. Yep, let's call her over to the end. She can only take so much damage, but it's typically not that much to worry about. See, I'm on crowd mode, I don't even care. Anyway, back to my game programming. So I'm redoing a new game. This is going to be a lot more RPG style. I'm trying to create an open world. I'm trying to make maps. It's not just going to be like an arena. It's going to be huge, and it's going to, well, you know, just actually diverse and different in worlds that I create. And it's really fun, you know, and starting from scratch, you really learn how all this stuff works. There are so many things in video games that we take for granted. You know that? There's so many things. Like, the thing I'm working on right now, you know, I have, like, the map system is sort of, like, 3/4 of the way done, like, how the maps are built. You know, I'm starting with, like, a blank map, and I'm building on it over time, and I slowly add things, and therefore create a more complex map. And as soon as I'm happy, I'm going to stop, and then add more as I go, and blah, blah, blah. Collisions, man. I'm working on collisions. Collisions suck. Oh my gosh. You take that for granted so much while playing this game. So a huge way to just spam this is to just call her over and then use faith like 100 times. Just walk like 5 feet, you call her over, use faith, because you jump in the air and the shockwaves don't hurt you. So don't even lock on, just call her over and then use faith, and you'll knock him in and they'll push back. And I'm going to do that because I'm talking. I want to talk more than play right now. So collisions suck. You know, I have whoa. So my game is like a pseudo 3D. Like, it exists in a 3D world, but it displays it in a 2-dimensional graphics way with sprites. Try to picture my game like Legos. You know, you stack the world with Legos, and each of these Legos are like blocks, and these blocks, you know, they're like, you know, 1 by 1, like squares, but they're only like half as tall as they are like across and all that. And I want to put ramps to, you know, move you between layers and all that. And I currently have ramps constructed, and they exist and they do the right thing. Problem is, I can only go down ramps because I incorporated gravity and terminal velocity and all that fun physics stuff into the game. So when I go down a ramp, you know, gravity takes me down. It works like a regular, you know, ramp would. However, I can't go up ramps because I head to a ramp, and you know, like for instance, this is perfect place to do this. It's like I bump that, and Sora's like, oh no, my foot hit that little step. I can't move anymore, and there's no tolerance for movement in the up direction, which sucks because I'm trying to figure out an efficient and dynamic way to do that without just spamming code, which isn't always easy. And you know, I've taken, I think, like 3 courses ever on actual programming, and it's all low-level crap, like, oh, print like a number to the screen, add numbers together, you know, low-level stuff. I'm like 80% self-taught in programming, so I don't know as much as I probably could if I were to, you know, further my education in the field. But I'm enjoying the heck out of it. It's gonna be great. Is my new game gonna have good music? Probably not, because I am not a musician. Is it gonna look great? Probably not. I'm not an artist, but it will play great. Right now, I've made from scratch like dirt and grass blocks and all that fun stuff. You know, I just with paint, and I think I'm using GIMP. I think, yeah, GIMP version like 4 or whatever the newest one is, maybe 2. So I'm using GIMP to, you know, make grass blocks and all that. And I think my little character that walks around, I'm going between like a rectangle on the screen that represents the hitbox of the character to sort of see how collisions work, and like the Pokemon sprites from Fire Red, just to, you know, to see how things work. And if I can customize it for him, then I can customize it for any sprite I put in and eventually draw. But I'm looking forward to it. I'm really, you know, I'm excited for game programming. It's an exciting time, and I'm hoping that sometime in the future I will be able to make videos on it and start like another Swordplay series. What I'm going to call this game, I don't know, maybe Swordplay Next Generation, whatever. But I want to, you know, I'm excited for this. I enjoy making games, and I want to share them with you, and I want you to give me feedback, and I want to work on my games. I want to make them better. I'm never satisfied with anything I ever do. I can always improve on it. So if you guys are watching this video, so at the time of recording this, I'm getting like 2 or 3 views each on my videos. So if the 2 or 3 of you watching this series want to like enjoy like a casual arcade game like experience, download Swordplay and give it a shot. Let me know what you think. And just, you know, good, bad, would you like me to change this? You probably won't get any changes on Swordplay anymore because honestly, I don't even think I have a working version of the code anymore. But I will try to incorporate it into my new game, you know. My games are supposed to entertain me and the masses. So please enjoy. So Maleficent's all being like, oh hey, I'm putting thorns here and I'm messing with something, oh no. Let's put this all back together. That was a really nice talk that I had. It went on for like, what, 20 minutes about my game programming? You can tell I'm excited about it because I talk forever about it.
All the records in the library, but I couldn't find a single clue.
Oh, huh? We should go ask somebody.
So they're still like, I don't know what's going on, thorns, and Minnie's like, yeah, I've checked the library, and Goofy's like, oh, well, there's a guy who knows about stuff that's not in books. Let's go talk to Merlin. And we're like, oh, that's a great idea.
Hollow Bastion, right?
Yeah, let's go.
So we're gonna go and talk to Merlin. We got Donald and Goofy back. I'm just gonna get rid of this new stuff. What'd I get? Oh, well, I'm gonna use those AP boosts on Sora. Heck yeah. Oh, I haven't equipped. Oh, I forgot I died, so all this stuff is. Okay, so let's put a. Oh, there you go. Oh no, my magic's all messed up again. Okay, so it was thunder, blizzard, fire. Okay, yeah, if you could. So let's head off to Hollow Bastion and talk to Merlin. Weren't we just there? So. Oh, wait, I'm saving. That's not what I wanted to do. Oh. Trying to rush. I'm going too fast for my own good. So have any of you guys checked out that Pentatonics video I talked about in my last episode? Did you like it? Not like it?
The castle's in danger.
I'm still addicted to it. I listen to it like 10 times a day.
What is
awesome.
all that racket? Oh, I thought. Oh, it's you. It looks like you've learned.
So I'm a huge movie watcher.
I saw you.
I go to the movie theater at least, about once a week. In fact, during the summer and like heavy movie seasons, we go, twice a week. Saturday and Sunday we watch a movie.
Yup, and Heartless too.
So I watch a ton of films, and I love seeing all the posters and the ads for new movies coming out. And I love nothing more than a good movie, and I love nothing more than a good story with good characters. That's one of the reasons why I like this game. It sort of takes all of my fond experiences of characters that are already developed and bring them to me. So it's really, it's really enjoyable. But I've been seeing posters for the How to Train Your Dragon on 2, the sequel. Look at this, another cartoon where the character grows up. He doesn't look like he's 13 anymore. He's actually, like, if you look at the poster, he's actually got like a fuzz, like facial features, fuzzy facial hair. He's aging. Pokemon. That's right, you. Anyway, it looks really good. However, the trailer, I think, exposed too much. So if you do want to see How to Train Your Dragon 2, do not watch the trailer. Try to avoid it like the plague. Trailers can kill movies. You know that? Trailers can just kill movies for me. I'm trying to think of some good examples, and the one that always comes to mind for me is The Grey. The Grey is a Liam Neeson movie where he works in Alaska for like I can't remember.
Then we
They
should
do
go get
something.
Wait a
And
moment.
he's the guy that goes
The
with the
perpetrators
people who are
must
doing
be
whatever they
stopped,
do,
of course, but
and he protects them from
Something else to do
wolves.
first.
He knows all about them, like their past and where they go and how they act and think, and he knows how to kill them and defend himself against them and all that. And he's flying in a plane, and circumstances happen, and they're stranded in the, you know, the Arctic or whatever. The Arctic and it's the tundra, whatever, and they're defending themselves from wolves. And the trailer made it look like it was going to be an awesome, like, fighting movie. And this movie is like what, 2 years old now, and I didn't like it, so I'm going to spoil the heck out of it. And if you were looking forward to it, it's out for 2 years. I think spoilers are okay at this point.
What do you mean?
Like the trailer has him like he's breaking these little like liquor bottles, you know, that you find on planes, and he's like taping them to his fingers, and he's getting all these scraps of things, and you know, he's getting ready to fight a wolf. And I'm like, I am so looking forward to him fighting the wolf. This is gonna be freaking awesome. And then at the very end of the movie, it's like, you know, it's one of those movies where like they start with like so many guys, and like one guy gets picked off like every now and then, and Liam Neeson's the last guy, and he gets there and like he finds the wolf, and like the whole pack is there, and the alpha wolf is there, and he gets ready to fight the wolf, and then pretty much he's like, I'm gonna fight you, and then the movie ends and cuts to credits. And I'm like, really? It didn't even end. Like, I was expecting one movie because the trailer did that, and when it finally got to the part that I was looking forward to in the trailer, which was literally the last 30 seconds of the film, it didn't lead to what I was looking forward to happening. It was one of the worst trailers I've ever seen.
Really? Have you been here before?
I want your guys' opinion on this. This is what I think a trailer should be. It should have footage from no more than the first 10 to 15 minutes of the film. Nothing after that. Ever. Because if I see something in a trailer, I'm going to be like looking forward to when that happens and trying to predict when that's going to happen. So if I see a guy fighting a wolf, I'm going to say, oh, I'm looking forward to when he fights the wolf. And when that happens at the very end of the movie and it doesn't happen, I'm just disappointed. You know, and I put up with a lot in that movie. There is so much cursing in that movie. I don't know. Cursing bothers me. Blood can definitely bother me. It never does in games. It just looks too fake. But cursing can bother me, you know, in high enough quantities. I mean, I can put up with it. I mean, I have enjoyed Die Hard, that movie. I do enjoy occasionally. But I don't, you know, that movie would have been just as good without it. So, that movie had a ton of cursing, and I'm like dealing with it. I'm like, I'm just looking forward to him to fight the wolf at this point. And it never happens. It was so disappointing.
More than one.
And, you know, I'm trying to think of a movie that did trailers justice. And I think a really good trailer is the one to the Disney film Frozen. If you haven't seen Frozen, I'm not going to spoil it. That's definitely new. I've seen it twice, and I don't watch movies twice that often. You know, I think I buy like 2 or 3 movies a year, only the really good ones. And we only ever see movies once, typically. So I'm going to take a quick break from that segue, and so this is Pete. We're in an old time like Steamboat Willie style world here, and I like the little and here's Pete, and we're seeing him. He's being all mean. When you hit him in the air, he will fall and cause a shockwave. That will hurt you, so you know, just be careful. When he's running like that, you can use a reaction command. I just did it there, which sends him around. He is not a hard boss fight. He is literally just, you know, there to be there. Cast magic on him. There we go. So he's gone. Very, very easy. In fact, I wouldn't even consider this a boss fight as much as a tutorial, and I'm not going to go too deep into that, but you will find out either later this episode or next episode.
Who are you? You new around here?
Cut the act.
So back to trailers. A good trailer is Frozen because it puts thoughts in your mind, and it challenges your the Disney film Frozen challenges your expectations. You know what I mean? You expect one thing, and it gives you kind of a different thing that's not really different in good way. You know what I'm talking about? Like, everyone thinks about it as, like, you know, oh, it's a Disney film. They're gonna be, like, the princess, and she's gonna be in peril, and then, like, the prince is gonna, like, kiss her, and then she'll wake up from a sleep, you know? It's all, you know, Snow White, Sleeping Beauty, classic Disney nonsense, you know? And this movie really challenges that, and I really enjoy it. They really make it fresh. I'm looking forward to people breaking the mold and stereotype of themselves. So definitely watch Frozen if you haven't seen it. However, I do have one problem with the movie, and it's the snowman. Olaf, I think is his name. He has no role in that movie. They could have completely cut him out, and the movie would not be different. In fact, I get the feeling from some of the shots that he was just added in, like, oh, you know what, we need some comic relief. Throw the little snowman in there. Because he really has, like, no role. I think there's, like, one moment where he, like, only one part where he actually does something, and there was so many different possibilities for what could have happened to get the same outcome as what he did. He had no purpose, and he wasn't even that funny. He was, like, just delaying the inevitable. You know, but I still enjoyed the heck out of it. It had some good music. Music didn't, like, transition well, if you know what I'm saying. It, like each song didn't, like, tie in together. Like, if you've seen, like, Tarzan and The Lion King specifically, all the music in those movies, they sound very similar and they fit the mood. Now, the songs in Frozen do fit the mood, but they don't sound similar. They're very different, which isn't a bad thing. It's just, it's different, you know. So watch Frozen if you haven't seen it. Watch it. It's a good movie. Back to now. I'm just keep talking in circles and going all over the place. So How to Train Your Dragon 2. So only me and my mother had seen it when it first came out. You know, 4 years ago or whenever it was. So, you know, my father and my brother, they never saw it. For whatever reason. They typically like, you know, watching DreamWorks. You know, DreamWorks, yeah, their movies are eh. I mean, Shrek, the first one was great, and then the second one was okay, and the third one and fourth one were just atrocious, and Legend of the Guardians was incredible. That is good. But, you know, so they never saw it, and we did, and it's my favorite. I mean, I can't tell if Legend of the Guardians or How to Train Your Dragons is my favorite. How to Train Your Dragon gives me, like, an uncontrollable, like, smile and grin and, like, happy feeling the entire movie. So if you like movies like that just make you uncontrollably just happy, you know, and it's not, like, childish, it's grown up, you know, it's enjoyable for both youngsters and, you know, adults, do it. It's a great movie. It's so good. And I'm looking forward to the sequel like crazy. So here, this is a point in the game that really, I don't know, it's very repetitive. You just, you know, it showed those 4 little things, like those little curtains, like, you just go into each of the 4, they take you to some random area, and this is like a best of compilations of, like, the Steamboat Willie scenes, and you just go to them and you kill the Heartless, and every time you do, it'll do a little thing, and then you do all 4 of them, and then you're done. Oh, those hammers can mess you up, so just be careful. Whoa, okay, I forgot about this. So that this can wobble, right? And it can do that. You can use that air slash, the same thing that you use for the little yellow Heartless that float around in, like, huge swarms. You can do that. I can't remember exactly how to activate it, though. I think just enemies activate it. Okay, what? Spin! I'm so dizzy. Oh, really? Okay, good. I love the character designs. They really did a good job of bringing them back to, like, old style cartoons. It's great. Those little sound effects are kind of funny.
Hey, look!
You absolute idiot.
So this is the little thing that happens after you beat
And what's more,
each of these 4 little
foolish,
worlds,
I thought you could take my place
it
while
gives
I
you a
was
perspective
well,
from a
Arthur,
first-person
now
view
you're finished. Mark my
of,
words, there'll be no place for
well, I'm
you
sure you
when
can
our
guess
time
it's the
comes.
a Pete. So it sort of like shows a memory of his. Why it does this, I have no clue. It's just in the game.
Imbecile.
But you know, it works, I guess. It has its purpose.
But I...
Because this world, if you you know, listen to what I'm doing and read the captions of the games, which if you can, A+ for multitasking. There is something weird about this world. Something's going on. And Merlin talked about there being a temptation that we'd have in this place, and we shouldn't fall for it, no matter what the circumstances. So, you know, I wonder what that circumstance is, what that temptation might be. I guess we'll find out.
The town shrunk.
Or do you
See, I'm now reminded of more movies. I'm on like a movie kick right now, like seeing them all huge. Have you guys seen the Godzilla trailer? Wow, it looks really good. I'm looking forward to seeing like super mega Godzilla destroying places and actually taking bullets and punches and missiles and things.
What's he saying?
I never was a huge fan of Godzilla. I remember when I was young, like 10 or 12, I guess. I liked the current, like the most modern, like American telling of Godzilla, and I watched it recently. Not by recently, I mean like a year or 2 ago, and it was terrible. Don't watch it ever. It's cheesy. It just makes no sense sometimes. It's dated. I don't know. Just don't watch it. And I'm hoping that this sort of revitalize. I don't know if revitalizes the franchise. It means anything, because I mean Godzilla is a very Japanese thing, not really American at all. You know, Cloverfield was supposed to be, you know, that found footage monster movie, which was really bad. I didn't like it. Didn't like the people. I hate that found footage camera style too. That is fucked up. But like Cloverfield was supposed to be like the American Godzilla. That was what it. I mean, if you talk to the makers of the film, its intention was to be the American Godzilla. Wow, that really. And it failed miserably because, yeah, it did destroy the town and destroy buildings, but there was no ending to the frickin' movie. What is it with like found footage films where there is never an ending to those movies ever? I'm trying to think where one actually ends. You know, Paranormal Activity movies, the Paranormal Activities, they never end. It's always like, oh no, bad guy wins and then walks away. Spoiler alert for a really bad movie franchise. First one was good, scared the heck out of me. Second one, stupid. Third one, better. It was more flashy, but not as scary. So, and the fourth one was just awful. I'm not even gonna worry about them anymore. The other reason I watched them was because I was like, oh, it's Halloween. I'm gonna go on Netflix and check them out. So, if you want to see a good horror movie, like try the first one and then the third one. The second one's just awful, but the third one, like each thing has like its gimmick, and you know, like the third one has like the camera attached to a rotating, like an oscillating fan, you know, that you'd have in like an office room. So the camera goes back and forth, and that is really tense. Just waiting for something to happen, it can terrify you. And I thought it was okay, but again, it's like none of these movies have an end. It's just like demon does something, sad thing happens, the end. You know, found footage movies never end, which sucks because there's no conclusion, no resolution. And a lot of people say, well, that's the purpose. It's supposed to give you like an uneasy feeling, like you can't stop thinking about it because it never ended, and that should, you know, keep it in your head longer and affect you more. It just makes me mad and makes me think like, wow, these people couldn't think of a decent ending to a movie. You know what I'm talking about? Movies that have no ending suck almost always. Skyline, ever seen Skyline? Don't. That movie, it literally is like, oh, the final battle is literally going to begin, like, let's fight, and then the credits roll. And then in the credits, it's like the main character punching some bad guys, and then it just ends. It was freaking awful. I mean, seriously, like, you couldn't think of an ending. It's just like, oh man, this movie is turning out, you know, I mean, the movie was only so-so up till like the point where it ended. It kept going downhill, but I felt like they got so far into the movie, and they're like, you know what? I just put it out now. Let's not even just put it out. So they're like, but we're right in the middle of making the final battle part of the movie. And I'm like, no, it doesn't matter, just put it out. It sucked. As much as I love movies, there are a lot of bad movies out there. Just hit the cars up like that. That's the best way to get rid of them. I hate those freaking things. Ugh, if they start doing their infinite rage thing, they are just impossible.
Well, that takes care of that.
Hey!
So here we go, a third little mini cinematic. This is gonna be a longer video. I've been wanting to keep them kind of short, but I just never end up doing it. I want to complete one world per video, but it just takes a while.
Start thinking of a way we can use it to our advantage.
Okay.
Now, perhaps I could give you one more chance to redeem yourself.
Oh, thank you, thank you.
Never understood why Maleficent deals with Peach. She is just so cool, calm, and like collected, and Peach just like, oh, I'm an idiot and I'm a bad guy.
Well,
She's like, oh, but me and my infinite wisdom trust bumbling idiot over here.
now we can take the castle from those fools, but we'll have to proceed with the utmost of care.
Have you pieced together what's so special about this world yet? You probably should. If you're older than 10, you should figure out what's going on. There we go. Goofy figured it out. Yeah, that's the temptation. Don't change the present. You know, time travel is one of those weird things where like everybody has a different, idea on how it works. You know, back in like before, like the TV show Fringe, and before, J.J. Abrams Star Trek things, like pretty much before J.J. Abrams, like before multiple universes, time travel was always you change the past and then the future changes. Now it's like alternate universe theory and all this stuff, blah blah blah. My favorite form of time travel is the kind where
Come on, he needs our help.
you go back and what you did in the past already happened, so you can't change the future. You know what I'm talking about? I'm trying, like, if you've read The Time Machine or even seen any of the movies, it's pretty much like that. Like, if you, like, in The Time Machine, the main guy's, like, girlfriend dies, or wife, I don't remember the relation, but, lover or whatever dies, so he uses his time machine, and the first thing he does is go back and tries to save his girlfriend. But every time he tries to save her, she ends up dying. And the reason is, if she never died, he never would go back to save her. So, there's no reason for him to do it. And, you know what the loophole around that is? I'm gonna go back in time and buy a carton of milk when it was cheap. And in the process, save my girlfriend. Ta-da! There you go. Either way, you would have gone back. Loophole. But time travel's a funny thing. No one knows how it works. Of course, it's currently it's fiction, so no one knows. But most movies and things cannot do time travel even remotely properly according to whatever rules. I'm trying to remember a good example of that, of like crappy time travel rules, and I think Looper is a good example. Looper was a good movie. I would consider it a good movie, well acted. Joseph Gordon-Levitt did a great job of playing young Bruce Willis. Problem with that is the time travel logic makes no sense. It's like this is a rated R movie. It is definitely gruesome in some parts. So there is a scene where, like, a guy from the future comes back, and when he's back, someone captures his younger self and like cuts off the younger self's hand. So the guy in the future suddenly has no hand, and like they're torturing this guy and like cutting him apart. So as like the guy's walking, next thing you know he's got no foot, next thing you know he's got no leg, and he's just like limping along. But then like you think, if the past changes the future like that, how would he get there if he had no legs? How would he be falling and stumbling, if he had no legs? He probably would be in a wheelchair then or something, but they never addressed it. It was just poorly thought out time travel. They even said in the movie, like, I'm not going to tell you, like, I'm not going to have a board with strings and connections, I'm just not even going to worry about it. And do you know why they're not going to do that? Because if they did it, the whole movie would fall apart. I am a very picky moviegoer. Everything has to sort of fall in place and have a purpose. If you like movies like that, you'll like Jack Ryan's Shadow Recruit. Well, the movie is kind of generic in terms of spy movies. The story, everything in the movie that you think is inconsistent really isn't, at least from the stuff that I caught myself. But there are all sorts of movies. I just watched a movie, called The Nut Job. It's like it's a kid movie, right? It's like with the squirrel or with the squirrels and all that, and they want to rob a nut shop or something. That movie is like just so, like, the plot is so flawed. It makes no sense. It's like the reasons for anybody doing anything is unclear and just changes for no reason. It makes no friggin' sense. Oh my gosh. And that kind of stuff bugs me, It's like, these movies take a lot of money to make. And you'd think... I'm trying to remember where to go next. You know what? No, this level's really almost over, so I'm just going to make it a long part. Like, if these movies take millions of dollars to make and all that, you should at least have one person watch the movie or read the script back to front like 800 times and just catch every little inconsistency. Just do that. Because it happens so badly. It's terrible.
After him!
So here we go. Here's a little mini game / boss fight. Pete's trying to get away, taunting you. He'll throw stuff at you. You just hit the triangle button, and then boop, and then you hit it again, and then it... Oh, hit it once. Oh, hit it again. There we go. Hit it once, hit it again, it'll fly back. Okay. Oh, you had to lock on to him. Okay, what's going on here? Triangle, triangle. There we go. That's what you're supposed to do. And then after that health bar goes away, like the boat will come to the shore, and you can see, I need to stop talking and doing things at the same time. So as you can see, there's a little bar on the top left that shows you that, there we go. So the boat will, dramatically flip out. You got to do it before the boat gets all over there. So what you can do, and I didn't figure this out until like my third playthrough. You just hit the cornerstone. It will eventually go back. You hit the, I'm so bad. I was trying to just... Oh, so you do this, and then you attack. So attack like a few times. Don't go crazy. And then just wait. Little reaction command will come on that says hang on. Okay, hang on. Wait for it. Hang on. And then it'll just go back. And I didn't know you could do that for like my first 2 or 3 playthroughs. Just be prepared for it when it happens, because if you miss it, you might have to throw stuff at Pete again. Hang on. Get you away. Bring you back. Whoa. Okay, that time just kicked me off. I'm pretty sure I succeeded that time, but, this isn't hard at all now that I'm, just, again, mash the triangle button. Reaction commands in this game, you just mash the triangle button and you will pretty much win on all but, like, 2 or 3 reaction commands in the entire game. So there you go. It's over again. All the way. You know what? I know this is a boss fight. I gotta get boxes. You thought I forgot them, people who've already played the game. No, I didn't. I'm also gonna get this one. And then I'll pick up the other one on the way to the... Oh, Slapshot. That... what does Slapshot do? Can't remember. can't remember anything.
Yes.
It's the weekend. I don't want to, you know, school's not currently in session. I don't want to think about it. No, duh. That's, I mean, Donald. He just like, yeah, I'll walk away, whatever.
Donald, we'll come back for it later.
Pete's heading for the doorway.
Even if he's heading for the doorway, so what? Let him go back to the present day. You're in the past. It's not like what he does in the present will affect the past. Okay, so this is the final boss fight of the Timeless River world, and this comes back to the earlier part of the episode where I mentioned that fighting Old Pete was more of a tutorial than an actual boss fight, because now, you know, past Pete will fight present Pete, and he has the same core mechanics that he had when you fought him. When he flies in the air, he'll land, give a shockwave. If he gets scared, runs away, you can like redirect him to hit Pete. He's got all the same things, but he's not fighting you, he's fighting Pete. So, just remember that. Okay. Hitting people in the air is always effective because they can't do jack when they're in the air. Boop, hit him in the air, and then it does that invincible thing. Throws junk. Hit him in the air. Wallop on him. This boss fight has like 4... Okay, here we go. This boss fight has several stages. He will then change the scenery. You don't have to rely on... Whoa, jeez. Oh wait, does it? No, it didn't. That didn't actually change anything. Just, it put the building there, but I could have sworn it actually changed location. But, you know... See, I'm gonna redirect Pete into, like, past Pete into new Pete, and past Pete into present Pete, and it will knock him over, and all that. So there are reaction commands for that. Mashing the triangle button just kind of hit him. Yeah. There we go. So now he's gonna change locations. This time I think is to the small village. Okay, okay, it's the town with the black hole, the little room with the black hole in the middle. Ow! About face! He was like a ballerina there, did you see that? Oh, I typically don't catch that. That was funny. It's like classic old-style cartoons where whenever they get hit, they do a dance or something before they die. Or fall over. I guess they don't die, they just, you know, get bruises or whatever. Here we go. Stage again. This is gonna be like the construction site, right? Nope, little city. I just, you know, I'm not even gonna... So it looks like this time, well, I went from left to right, they're going right to left, and that's because this is a Japanese game and I'm American, so... In there, hit him, heal, 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 heal! Oh, Hiya! Hey! So the thing about Valor Form is you can't heal. I'm pretty sure I've mentioned that before. That can suck, sometimes. Just don't get too close to the buildings, they apparently hurt you. So when like a stage is going to end and move to the next one, you can't keep beating on Pete for a while, but it will not do anything. So just this is the easiest one. You just use the aerial slash thing, the air slash, and you'll just keep bumping him. Hiya! I love ending a fight on a reaction command. Awesome. So the reflect element. A lot of people are like, oh, you know, whatever, just use block. Reflect is an integral part of certain boss fights, including Zaldin and Sephiroth. If you don't have Reflect during Sephiroth, it is almost impossible to win. Again, still debating whether or not to do a Sephiroth boss fight, because it's one of those that I will die about 1 billion friggin' times, and I just... editing that will be a pain. But, you know...
Yeah, I know.
I might do it. If I end up liking this. enough. I'll do it for you, the people. So he uses his keyhole, seals the door. Pete can go to the past. You only have the other door hidden inside Disney Castle. You can't come back here whenever you want. Of course, you got to do that because certain enemies only appear here. I'm trying to remember which ones only appear here. I think the hammer is one of them, and maybe the car.
Hello? That creep was you from the future. Sora, that's a secret.
I like how Goofy's the smartest one in the group. It's just kind of funny.
Oh, never mind. Sorry I put you guys through all that trouble. And to show you my appreciation, I'll let you pilot my
steamboat.
This little craft on the river. My deckhand Mickey's late anyways.
So yay, the world has been, the past and present have been saved. We get to drive the boat. Cornerstone's on there. They haven't put it back for whatever reason, and of course, in traditional, old-style fashion, Mickey's not doing anything. And speaking of old-time Mickey, the little cartoon before Frozen, like a little 5-minute skit, is really cool because it's like an homage to like the old and new versions of Disney. And it starts off like all the voices in it are like original voices from like Mickey, Minnie, and Pete in the like Steamboat Willie shows. In fact, the voice of Mickey Mouse is Walt Disney, something I actually didn't know or had forgotten. So it was a really fun cartoon to watch, and before Frozen, it was good. So the Cornerstone is safe, the present is safe. Let's go. And then we're gonna head to one of my favorite worlds in the game next episode. I'm looking forward to it a lot. And it's definitely one of the more serious, darker worlds in the game, which, you know, works. I enjoy a good, serious, and dark game because this game has so much humor and goofiness to it that putting something dark in the middle of it really shows a nice contrast, and it's refreshing.
Welcome back. Because of your bravery, the castle is safe and protected again. Thank you so much for all you've done. Good work, you guys!
Now, boys, I hope you didn't do anything reckless while you were there.
Of course not.
So Donald gets to say hi to Daisy again. He's been gone for like what, a year and a half-ish, or however long now.
Daisy is Donald's very special sweetheart.
Really?
And she's all angry.
Donald, you forgot about our date again. You'd better have a
You know, it's
this
people like this that give real lady. I mean, I hope that.
I know it's an important
I don't know.
mission.
Hey, I know that you're off saving
Check
not
in
only
every
the
once in a
world,
while.
but all of the worlds, pretty much the universe and all that. But you forgot about our date. My goodness. It's just like in The Incredibles. It's like, you know, it's like, where is my super suit? Why do you need to know? I need it. He's like, the city is in danger. And his wife's all like, yeah, well, my evening's in danger. We've been planning this dinner for like 2 months. Shut up. The world's in trouble. Oh, man. I feel for you, Donald. That's ridiculous. Daisy, calm the heck down. No, it's been a while, but wow. Saving the world here. Priorities.
Daisy, we need Donald for just a little longer.
How much longer?
Well...
I'll be back soon, Daisy.
True love.
Don't you worry, Queen Minnie. We'll return.
Please tell the king that we're still looking for him.
How will she tell him? If they're looking for the king and the queen can get in contact with the king, why can't they just say, hey, meet them over here? It's like ridiculous. Tell the king we're looking for him. Okay. Not, hey, tell us where the king is. So there's wisdom form. I'll show you that a lot next video because the next world relies heavily on the use of magic. So it's all coming together. It's purposefully put this way. Oh, you see Atlantica there in the top? I am going to skip that. So, this video is long. It broke an hour. This is ridiculous. Well, I hope you had a good time. I certainly had a good time. I'll see you next part.